What is going on, guys? It's your boy Emo Fisherman back with the 13th and final PokeMMO Lunar New Year 2026 raid, the Shaymin raid. We've all been waiting for this one for a while, and it's finally here. Listen, guys, this one is very difficult unless you follow a very specific strategy, which I'm about to give you. How I'm going to do this video is I'm basically just going to list off what you're supposed to do each turn. Probably I'll wind up being a little bit ahead of what's going on in the video at some point, but that's okay. I still recommend, obviously, that you watch the video just in case, you know, you can't follow what I'm saying, or you feel like maybe it's not clicking with you. So, as you'll notice here right off the bat in turn 1, we had somebody use Mist, we had somebody use Tailwind, we had a guy who had a Ninetales that knew Drought as well, which is very important because you're going to be using a lot of Fire-type moves. And then the fourth guy was able to just do Fire DPS. Now, on turn 2, what you're going to be doing is you're going to have someone use Heal Block, which is very important because you don't want him to use Synthesis. You're going to have, and everyone else that isn't using Heal Block, so you'll have one person using Heal Block, and the other 3 will be using either Ground or Electric-type moves. In turn 3, basically everyone can just use Fire. In turn 4, pretty much everyone's going to be using either Ground or Grass. In turn 5 is a little bit complicated, kind of like turn 1 again. So in turn 5, you'll need someone to use Tailwind again to get your Tailwind back up. You'll need someone to use Icy Wind, preferably with a Scarf, so that way this will lower Shaymin's speed. And then the other 2 people can use either Fire or Ice DPS. And then on turn 6, which should be the final turn, you're pretty much just going to use Ground moves. Now, on turn 6, on the final turn, it's highly recommended that you use Pokemon that you can have Ground moves that can also levitate. So I used a Gliscor, some of my teammates used a Flygon. I believe someone else just wound up using an Excadrill, but it wound up working. But if you follow all of those very specific instructions and you do exactly what we did, I guarantee you should be able to beat this. Now, I know there is some wiggle room with some of the typing. I think Bug might be useful in certain of these. There might be certain times where you can use Ice when I said you should use Fire. But I would recommend just sticking to what I told you guys, because I think it worked really well for us. The other thing that's kind of cool is, at the end of this video, when I got the Shaymin, you're also given these flowers, Gracidea Flowers they're called, and you can use them to up Shaymin's IVs. So the Shaymin that I caught already had 3 31s, and I was able to use the flowers to get him up to all 31s. So the Shaymin I have now actually has 6 31 IVs. Pretty cool, probably worth a good amount on the GTL, although I don't plan on selling it right now, but that's something that's good to know for you guys. As always, I'll leave you guys with the rest of the video now that I'm done yapping, and like I said, you know, if you want to keep watching and just see how this plays out, it might help you. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.